Hello, welcome back, and thanks for joining me. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations, and today I have some happy mail to share with you. This was sent to me by Nancy in Virginia, Culpeper, Virginia, Nancy Bassett, and she made the envelope out of a sheet of music paper. It's actually blowing in the wind, and you can see the graphic here. By Bob Dylan, and then she's done some stenciling and added washi tape and other things to the front to the envelope. So I'm definitely going to reuse that. And inside she had everything kind of protected with this file folder. It's a cardstock file folder. I don't know if she has a punch for this or if she found it somewhere. A couple sheets of scalloped peachy polka dot paper, which is really cute. Actually, I thought that would look really good combined with this old music paper print. And then a little bit of blue. I love blues. And this piece is peel and stick wallpaper. I'm always looking for small scale prints on wallpaper when I'm in the thrift stores. And then a little piece of vellum, which I just love vellum. And that was all held together with this covered paper clip with the orange butterfly on it. Very cute. A little pocket with graph and doily and gingham, some of my favorite things. I think this one is just a die cut of some, to me that's a wintry flower. I'm sure it doesn't bloom in the winter, but I always think of it, those kinds of arrangements, as winter arrangements. I can and I will, and that feels like it might be a sticker. And then a little bird cut out. Looks like it might have been a fussy cut that she did, just because there's no edge, but that doesn't mean necessarily. But it's very nicely cut. And then a whole bunch of little, I think, punches of butterflies. They could be die cuts, but for some reason I think they're punches. I'm going to put them into my punch box. And then another little piece of cardstock. Looks like it's out of a day timer or something. It goes with this. And then this little pocket I really like. I love this paper with the black and green. Gives me ideas. And then just a little diagonal pocket with some lace and a floral die cut. Inside there was a tag with butterflies, and on the back a book page from Tom Sawyer. I always leave my backs plain, but I guess you don't have to. To and from tag, which is really pretty. It says, "You'll never find peace of mind until you listen to your heart," and it's a quote by George Michael. You really can have it all. And then this little, kind of like a matchbook notepad with a Velcro closure, which I haven't done, Velcro closures, and then the little paper pad inside. Very cute, and the same sort of coloring. I think it's a different paper, but with the little white flowers added. Love those colors. So that was my Virginia Happy Mail haul. And then the other one was from Sweden. And I've done a couple of swaps with Lisbeth Olofsson from Bagedia, Sweden. We did one, I think, last month. And she has sent me a second one. So I think we're going to start being Happy Mail pen pals. If we can afford it. What did it cost her to send this? It cost, it may not say. That's just the customs form. It doesn't say how much it cost her. But I know for me to send something like this to Sweden is between $15 and $20, I think, depending on how heavy it is. Anyway, she decorated the corner here with a lavender tea, which I love that image. I might just have to reuse that. And then let's see what she sent me. There was some little things and some big things. I haven't opened this stuff. I just sort of glanced through it when I opened it last night. We've got a little paper envelope with this gold metallic-y paper ribbon. It looks like that scrunched up paper ribbon, but much smaller. And it just looks like a homemade envelope. A book page on the inside. Really pretty patterns on the outside. Wanderlust. It's like she knows me. And let's see what we've got here. We've got a vellum light bulb with pink details. That's really neat. And then a little paper doll. And then tiny little ticket. Let's see if I can see what this says. Memory. Oh, very small writing. I'm getting my eyes checked this week. I think I've got some issues with my glasses. Oh, there's a nice circular one with some gold accents around the outside edge. Some tiny little tags out of scrapbook paper, I would say. And a couple of tickets, or one ticket. And a little parrot safety match label, made in Sweden. Very cool. And then druggist label. Another paper doll couple. Love flag. Ticket. Some vellum stickers, it looks like. Little floral ones. That one I think is supposed to be lungs. And then some gloves or hands. A bust with wings, and it looks like more lungs. And then this looks like actual postage stamps, which is awesome. Very old looking ones. Another little tag, a couple more little tiny tags. Another one of those eensy weensy little memory again. Wonderland delivery. So that's an Alice in Wonderland themed thing. Eat me cookies and drink me potions. Little dragonfly pocket. It's got a floral on the back and a dragonflies on the front. And then a ledger tag, which gives me idea. I haven't really done very many tags covered in ledger. And another tag, couple of tags that looks like maybe she's put onto box board or something, packaging material. Very pretty, soft colors. And then a covered paper clip again. I like the design of it with the flowers and the seed annual and the little label. Butterfly on the other side. And these are, I think, stickers, and they're birds, two birds on a branch. I couldn't figure out what they were when I first saw them. But that's what they are, is two birds on a branch. And they're felt. They're not stickers, they're just felt. Probably easier to just glue them down than try to peel the label off the back anyway. And orange daisy. Ooh, orange stamps. These look like they're off of original mail or something. And maybe just saved on these papers, but they've got stamps over top of them. Of course, she could have done that. And I love this paper. I wonder what that's from. I bet you that's salvaged from something. And what have we got here? A little fabric cluster that's got machine sewing. And this is really pretty tag. Very pastel and pretty and sewn around the edge. Makes me want to do a really pretty pastel masterboard. This one has some texture on it, like texture paste. Really want to do that. And then this looks like where those postage stamp samples came from. So what are these? These are, look like real vintage ephemera, and it's in a different language, probably Swedish. It's got an address, a name. What is this? I don't know. Peter Westerlind. I don't know exactly what it is. unless it's a flap off an envelope or something. And then this one feels more like a postcard. I just don't know. Stockholm. Everything else is foreign to me. August Anderson. It must be a postcard with some sort of information. I don't really know, but it's really cool. And then here we have, looks like a part of a piece of art. Maybe she did art on the back of a scrapbook paper. I love this paper. And then look at the brilliant, I don't know if that was stamped, stenciled, painty play anyway. And then a little, what do you call this? Glassine envelope, which I love glassine. I just think it's so vintagey. Well, thank you sticker holding it closed. Now let's see what's inside. We've got some whale tail tabs and some file folder type tabs. Really tiny ones. My whale tail tab is a lot bigger than that. And then a bunch of postage stamps. Some pretty ones. I love those blue ones. And then some nice florals. I'm not sure what's going on with my light. It keeps going dimmer. I have to get a new one. Anyway, and then there's this sort of lacy, glittery mesh. That'll be fun to add to clusters. And then a paper bag with a bunch of goodies inside. We've got some lace, some ribbon, some more lace. Oh, these are nice. A couple of full flowers. And then some more pieces of fabric and another piece of lace. I can maybe make some more clusters. Oh, and there's a nice piece of chiffon ribbon. And then a few cards here. Let's see what we've got for cards. Or papers. So this looks like fairly thin paper or maybe napkin over top of either newsprint or old magazine page, cologne ad. That's a good way to do it. Just leave whatever's on the back of it and put napkin on it and then keep the one ad that's sort of interesting. I just want to make beautiful things even if nobody cares, and that's the way I've been feeling lately. I feel like the people in my life and around me, nobody seems to understand what I make, and so I've decided that I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway because I like it. And you guys all get it. So here's another one of these cards. It says post packet. And look at all the stamps on that one. I love these stamps with the tree and the little house. That says on it, just a little country house, it looks like. And then this card has more of the wild painty design on the back and a really interesting collage on the front with a bunch of florals and raspberries. Very pretty. And we've got a piece of what feels like wallpaper. And then 3 sheets of vellum, which I thank you very much. I love vellum. And these don't feel or seem to be dyed. They seem to have been this color from the beginning. They're a coffee colored graph paper in a smallish size. A couple of napkins to play with for collage. And then we get into a pile of larger papers. So we've got, looks like out of an old magazine, just a piece of book page. And then this looks like some paper weaving, a little bit of a collage. I don't know, 1999, I don't know Franson Olafson, I don't know what any of that means, but it's kind of cool. And then the paper that it's backed onto is really neat. Almost looks like sort of a handmade paper. And we got something out of a map book. Nice old paper. And looks like maybe a child's dictionary page. And another one of those collages. Kind of modern style collage. And look at the greens here. Aren't these spectacular? I always loved red hair with green clothing. Nice little rainbow strip that you could use there. And then this is some, it looks like maybe wrapping paper from the year 2000, 1999. And I thought this was a masterboard at first, but it appears to be wrapping paper as well. But it gives me a good idea for mixing up beiges with some bright colors and then adding some scrolls and letters and numbers. Gives me ideas for masterboards. And then this looks like it's some printables. We've got a swan, a mouse, a little boy, a little girl, another little boy, sugar, and on A4 paper, I guess it is. Love the wood grains, the seaside themes. And I love this peeled paint one. I will definitely use those. And then some kitchen labels. And then a page out of an old catalog, it looks like. I like that. I might have to do a series of ATCs with blouses. Figure out some clever way to use those. And then we've got cute little animals up here, squirrels. So this might have been out of Craft Magazine or something. It's hard when you don't know what it says. And then this looks like it's nicely thick paper, but I don't know if it's like authentic old or not. It's certainly printed on both sides, but it almost looks like it's a photocopy of old paper. But doing it on both sides, it does make you pause and think, is this real? Might have to try that. And then a piece out of the magazine again. I love this lady. I will definitely fussy cut her and use her. Very nice. So maybe a woman's magazine. And then a couple pieces of 6x6 kind of wallpaper looking, which is actually something I have been looking for, is small scale wallpaper patterns. I think I said that already. And then this is really pretty, this green leaves on craft paper. So I'm thinking that might be wrapping paper as well. So I really am thrilled with this selection. Lisbeth. Thank you so much for sending me out a second package, and I will work on getting a little assortment together for you, and we'll keep this back and forth going. If there's anything that you're specifically wanting from Canada, don't hesitate to message me and let me know, because I would be happy to send along whatever it is you're unable to find in Sweden. And if I think of anything from you, I'll let you know. So anyway, if you haven't got into doing Happy Mail yet, I do recommend that you try it. Find someone that you feel you can trust to swap with. If you want to approach me, I have many videos on here of the types of Happy Mail packages that I send. And you could let me know what you're looking for and what you have that I maybe don't have that we could swap. And it doesn't have to be something we don't have. It's just something different and new is always something that sparks creativity. So anyway, I encourage everyone to try it if you can. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. But most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.